A speech act is a utterance that a speaker makes to achieve an intended effect. Some of the functions which are carried out using speech acts are offering an apology, greeting, request, complaint, invitation, compliment, or refusal. A speech act might contain just one word or several words or sentences. According to J.L. Austin, a philosopher of language and a developer of the speech act theory, there are three types of act in every utterance given the right circumstances or context. These are locutionary, illocutionary, and prelocutionary.
Locutionary is the actual act of uttering, a stretch of spoken language that is preceded by silence and followed by a silence or a change of speaker, also known as locution or an utterance act. Locutionary act occurs when the speaker performs an utterance, locution, which has a meaning in the traditional sense. This act happens when an utterance of a sound, a word, or even a phrase as a natural unit of speech. For example, don't go into the water. The coffee tastes great. How are you, sir?
As a response to Austin's speech act theory, John Surley, a professor from the University of California, Berkeley, classified the locutionary act into five distinct categories. And these five categories of locutionary are assertive, directive, commissive, expressive, and declaration.
Assertive. This is a type of dictionary act in which the speaker expresses belief about the truth of proposition. Some examples of assertive dictionary act are suggesting, putting forward, swearing, boasting, and concluding. Example: no one make better pancake than I do.
Directive. This is a type of illocutionary act in which the speaker tries to make the addressee perform an action. Some examples of direct illocutionary acts are asking, ordering, requesting, inviting, advising, and begging. Example: please close the door.
Of speech acts. What commissive speech act? What is commissive speech act? Commissive speech acts are the act of committing to future actions. These types of speech act shows the intention of the speaker in the future will be made to happen in later moment. Example: I will come to your home tonight.
Expressive. This is a type of illocutionary act in which the speaker expresses his/her feelings or emotional reactions.
Declaration. This is a type of illocutionary act which brings a change in the external situation. Simply put, declarations brings into existence or cause the state of affairs which they refer to. Examples of declarations are blessing, firing, baptizing, bidding, passing a sentence, welcoming, and deploring. Example: you are fired.
Perlocutionary. What is perlocutionary? Act is the resulting act of what is said. This effect is based on the particular context in which the speech act was mentioned or produces an effect. Extended or not, achieved is in addressed by a speaker utterance. Here are the some example of perlocutionary acts: persuading, convincing, scaring. Example: please do the dishes would lead to the address washing the dishes. There are also indirect speech acts which occur when there is no direct connection between the form of the utterance and the intended meaning. They are different in force intention, form inferred in speech act. Example: could you pass the rice? In firm speech act, do you have ability and over the rise? In direct speech, please pass the rise.
Performatives. Austin also introduced the concept of performative U-turns, statements which enable the speaker to perform something just by stating it. In this manner, verbs that execute the speech act that they intended to effect are called performatives. A performative utterance said by the right person under the right circumstances results in a change in the world. For example, now I pronounce you husband and wife. When uttered by the authorized person, such as a judge, will have the actual effects of binding a couple in marriage.